What's up guys, it's Aaron from Gear Up and welcome to another episode, and I'm so happy to see you guys. And to be honest, this episode has been a long time coming, or at least has been highly requested by quite a few of you out there. So thank you for your suggestion. You know who you are. Now the question is, are you on the hunt for a pair of well-made, good sounding workout earbuds that actually stay put under vigorous activities? Well, I think I might have just what you're looking for right here. This, guys, is the POWERBEATS Pro by Beats from Apple. And don't worry, this device is not iOS agnostic, so Android users are welcome along for the ride too. Well, we have that sorted now. The big question is the POWERBEATS Pro any good? Let's find out after these messages. Let's do it. Alright guys, I'm gonna start off a little bit different this time by delving into the negatives first, because there are a couple of big hurdles that I believe that you as the potential buyer need to know about before committing. And they're big enough issues for me too that I just needed to get it off my chest. So if you don't like what you hear and if you think the POWERBEATS Pro don't meet your needs right after this, just stop the video, unless of course you just want to watch this for its pure award-winning entertainment value. Then I don't blame you one bit. The first negative is the price, and at $250 strong, guys, I think the worst deficits of the POWERBEATS Pro is the lack of noise cancellation, no wireless charging, and no ability to tune your buds to your taste with a companion app. If you're able for some reason to snatch one for, say, under $199, I say that's more like it. But as it is at $250, nope, just nope. And a little side note about what I mentioned about companion app. Yes, I'm aware there's a Beats app out there. And yes, I'm aware that you can pair your POWERBEATS Pro to it, but the only thing you can do is check your battery info and firmware info. That's it. So technically, in my book, it doesn't count as a companion app. The second issue, and I just mentioned this a second ago, is there's no noise cancellation available, or even good passive sound isolation for that matter. Sticking the word Pro at the end of POWERBEATS just invokes that it's very similar, in my head at least, that's similar to the AirPods Pro that have noise cancellation. Well, that can be easily solved by tapering my expectations and all, but I go back to the price. It takes a lot of gall to ask this much of our hard-earned money, guys. Apple can say that it chose not to do noise cancellation because at the end of the day, these are workout earbuds and all, and the open air feel of the buds allow you to be more aware of your surroundings and all. True, but other brands and other models can do all of that together. And that also brings me to my third issue and third problem. Now, Apple, if you say these are truly workout earbuds, then why endow them with a lowly IPX4 water resistance rating? I can't even swim or wash them in confidence. I would have liked to have seen at least an IPX6 or higher rating. Come on, guys, come on. One final problem, and this one I have less of an issue with, but I believe it's a bigger deal for some of you guys, or maybe just a complete turnoff. The POWERBEATS Pro has no aptX or LDAC support. I think AAC is great, and it's a really good audio codec, but it would have been nice to see all three or at least two supported in the POWERBEATS Pro. So guys, have you heard that I've been trying to get to 5,000 subs? And did you hear that we're already more than halfway there? And if you haven't already, please consider showing your support by clicking subscribe down below and turning on the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos come out each Friday. Thank you in advance for your help, guys. Thank you for your support. Back to the program and get me to 5,000. So this is the charging/storage case for the POWERBEATS Pro, guys. And yeah, this hunka chunka could crack a skull if you threw this at someone, or it could be mistaken for a case for an actual watch. It's really that big. It weighs 110 grams in case you're curious. It is very symmetrical though, which is great from a design and aesthetic perspective, but not very good practically. Allow me to explain real quick. First, the case is made of hard shell plastic, as you can see, therefore it's slick to hold, and it's also a fingerprint and oil magnet, which is, you know, requires you to clean it quite often. But besides it being slick, secondly, this finger cutout right here you can see for the lid really should have been called the fingernail cutout, because it is really hard to get a purchase just by feel when you grab this out of your bag, or Lord forbid, your pocket. you're trying to hold this, it's slick, and trying to open the lid, it is really hard to get a proper grip. Beats and Apple could have afforded to make this a little bit taller and deeper, considering how much real estate they had to play with here. So it's a shame there. Now, as a second ago when you saw me close the lid, this is the LED battery level indicator. At the top here is the Beats logo, and at the bottom is a flat surface to lay this on a table. But interestingly, either way you put it, it's still very stable. They both spin both ways, so I don't know, it was just aesthetics again. At the back, we have the lightning charging port, but no wireless charging in sight, which I think is a huge omission for $250. There is a USB to lightning cable included in the box in case you don't have one of those lying around. Right above this is the hinge joint, which is made of a different grade and sheen of black plastic compared to the rest of the case. So it gives it kind of like an IR window kind of look. I'm not sure why they did this, but it's there. Now, when you pop open the lid, you will find a very deep cutout for the earbuds to account for the ear hooks really. The build quality in here is really tight, and the look and feel, as you can probably see, is the same as the outside. It is both smooth and slippery. There are no soft touch plastics or rubber anywhere to be seen. And I guess the benefit of that is it makes cleaning the innards or the insides here a breeze. You just wipe it down and you're done. Now, let's pop out one of the earbuds so you can better see the charging pins right there, and then the cavity for storing the earbuds. Here is the reset/pairing button. You don't need to press this the first time you use this device. All you have to do is lift the lid and then pair it straight from your Bluetooth settings in your phone. So it's really that simple. Removing the earbuds is super easy, by the way. It's just grab and go. You can always hold it by the loop right here, but I find it easiest to grab it by the main assembly here to quickly insert it into my ear. And then once I'm done and removed from that, you just drop it back in, the magnet catches it, and you're done. That's it. It's really that simple. But you know, that case though, I'll tell you what. I mean, Apple argues that the size gives it an extra 2.5 charges from the case worth of listening time. But we've all seen smaller cases with just as much battery life, haven't we? Alright guys, now let's see how strongly the magnets hold the earbuds in place. Let me pop this back in real quick, and I'm gonna have to prop the lid for this test open because the spring mechanism here is not very strong, so it will flop around as you can see. So let's shake this, and it passes the test. The magnets are really darn strong in this one for whatever it's worth. Well, here are the POWERBEATS Pro earbuds, guys, and these come in 8 color options, which is really fantastic in terms of customization, and I have the ivory ones right here. Now, some earbuds have wings and some have neck bands, and some, like the POWERBEATS Pro, have ear hooks, and I'm talking about workout earbuds here. A few, in fact, of my favorite workout buds from even back in 2010 had ear hooks, so it's a proven tech, guys. The ear hooks here are adjustable just like on eyeglasses. That means there's a metal core in here within a smooth PU outer, which is really soft and comfortable but does not attract lint or anything, which is great. Now, the adjustable portion starts at the stem base right here all the way to right about here, so you can adjust it in really any angle you like, and it wraps around the helix of your ear. If you're an eyeglass wearer like myself, it might take a little longer to put on, but once it's on and adjusted properly, they stay put and are very comfortable for long periods of time. If you don't have eyeglasses, it's really easy. Just slide it over your ear and it's done. Now, both sides are identical in design and control layout, and it's really well made and it feels good, very typical of an Apple product. On the outer surface, we have the Beats logo, which is also the pause play button, and if you hold it, it also activates your voice assistant. Over on the top here is their volume rocker. They all provide really good feedback, and it's not overly springy. Over at the bottom, you'll find the 2 magnetic charging contact points, as well as a microphone port right there, as you see. The first one and the second one is right here, right next to the volume rocker, and the third one is hidden behind the ear tip. I'm not sure if you can see that little pinhole right there. Now, in the back here is the proximity sensor window, which pauses media when you take either or both your earbuds off. So this works either one by itself or together, and then resumes again when you insert it back into your ear. It's really hard to trick up this sensor. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this microphone handles phone calls, and when you combine this with Apple's H1 chip, the microphones also serve as an always listening gateway to Siri. So you just have to utter a name and she'll come a-calling, which is really great if you need to message or take notes while you're running or breaking sweat in spin class. Android users can still call on Google Assistant, for example, by long pressing the Beats button. So here we are at the business end of things, and if you look closely, just this assembly right here really reminds me of the AirPod Pro, doesn't it? Now, anyways, sound is produced by a linear piston driver in here, and I wish I knew the driver size to share it with you. And over at the top here is a barometric venting hole. It supposedly improves bass response as well as reduces pressure in the ear canal, and they do work. Now, the ear tips themselves are soft and pliable, but oddly, they don't provide a good passive seal, so that's something you might want to take note of. And by the way, Apple does provide 3 other sizes for you in the box in case this one doesn't work. Now, popping the ear tips off is a cinch. Really easy to pop out, but popping it back in, sliding it back, oh my goodness, this is one of the hardest I've ever used. Even though this has a stiffer inner core, you would think it would make it really easy to align and reinsert. Because of this lip, I think makes things really hard. So I'm not even gonna try on camera. Anyways, it weighs 10 grams, which is not bad for a workout earbud. And these guys don't have an app support or a companion app. iOS users, you can change settings, some of your settings, like the turn on the proximity sensor or not, through your iOS audio settings, but Android users, you're out of luck. And I wish for both users there was some way to adjust your equalizer apart from using the equalizer in your music app. All right guys, it is Bluetooth distance test time. It's a beautiful day out, and in fact I have Frank Sinatra singing some Blue Sky, so it's a perfect song for this kind of situation. It's running on Deezer and high fidelity on my Pixel, so it's a perfect platform to test this out. So Apple says the POWERBEATS Pro runs at with Bluetooth 5.0 with their H1 chip, so theoretically it should last around about 30 to 33 feet before it starts dying off. By the way, in case you forgot, my phone is at the end of my deck, and where I'm standing right here, it's about 25 feet. So as we run around a corner of the house, past line of sight, usually we start seeing sputtering, but I'm not hearing anything just yet. And right here, it just completely cut out. Actually, there was just one moment of stuttering, and then it just completely cut out. Some of you may or may not like that kind of behavior, where some earbuds actually just completely go out. I prefer a little bit more heads up before that happens, but it is what it is. And the H1 chip quickly reconnects the moment it's in range again. So that's a good performance on the POWERBEATS Pro. It lasted around, in case you're running around 37, 38 feet. So that's on the high end for earbuds. Not bad, Apple. Not bad. Now we're going to look at the microphone quality via Bluetooth so we can see how well they handle phone calls in a quiet environment. And I'm sitting in front of my street right here. We're going to head there in a second, how the noise cancellation works. And by the way, you can see how these guys fit in my ear. For workout earbuds, they're actually not bad. They're pretty discreet. But of course, it depends on the color you have and all that kind of stuff. But let's check it out right now. I'm going to switch back and forth between the camera like I normally do and the earbuds, and we're going to see how well these guys do. So right now there are some cars passing by, and what do you think of it? I'm okay with it. The thing is that Apple does say specifically that there's only one microphone in each earbud that handles phone calls. So I'm not sure if the other two handles noise cancellation of some kind for phone calls or some kind of CVC. There's no mention of that. So if it's just one, it will struggle because you're combining, trying to take in audio input and then also, trying to cancel sound. There's a plane taking off. Can you hear that? Yeah, the voice quality is, I heard this earlier, and it's not that hot. Everyone says that POWERBEATS Pro and AirPods Pro have some of the best phone call quality. I'm not super impressed so far. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. But noise cancellation is not bad, but the voice quality, it's okay. It maintains a little bit of bass, but it still sounds like you're coming from a speaker, not the handset. So I have a lot of things that I like and admire about the POWERBEATS Pro. The combination of high build quality and comfort is a winner here. There is no arguing Apple's heavy influence in this matter. The perceived and actual quality is truly tangible in almost every touch point. Except maybe the case, they really dropped the ball on that one. Now, I can wear the POWERBEATS Pro in my ears for hours on end without any soreness or fatigue, even with eyeglasses, and that says a lot. I'm really a fussy guy in terms of earbuds, and the fact that they don't hurt with eyeglasses, that's a win in my book. Now, sound quality is actually pretty good. Not top tier level, not even in the top 3, but they sound really nice. The Pros carry a V-shaped audio profile, so the highs are snappy and light, and the bass is low and controlled and not overpowering at all. And this is quite contrary to POWERBEATS of old, where they catered more to thumping bass kickers. The staging also leans a little bit to the left maybe, but otherwise it's pretty good. Nowadays, I would say it's actually mature sounding, which I really like. all the strength of the tuning can be heard in a song like, say, the Beverly Hills Cop theme song. Yes, I went there because I really like that song and I really like the movie. The synthesized Lindrum beats and Moog bass lines are super tight on this one. I really enjoy listening to this song on these earbuds. I think the only places that are the weak points are missing definition in the bass and the mids. They occasionally sound muddied. Battery life is another plus. Apple rates these guys at 9 hours with Siri always on, and I wish I could test that fact out, because if it's true, it just goes to show how efficient the H1 chip is. But as it is, on my day-to-day, I was able to get approximately 8.5 hours each time, which is pretty darn impressive for battery life nonetheless. Another thing that I always enjoy is well-designed physical buttons, and in this case, the volume rocker, for example, is super responsive and it's really easy to find with muscle memory. And the Beats button is really easy to control your media as well with it. The only problem I find with that latter button is it's flush with the body, so sometimes my fingers tend to miss it altogether. And for those of you wondering if there's the effect of the ear tips being pushed deeper and deeper into the ear canal with every button push of the Beats button, it doesn't exist here because the button itself is super responsive with just the right amount of springiness. And Apple, if you're listening to this, in the next version, please don't be tempted to go touch controls, because you know how I feel about it. It's just not a good idea. So just don't go there. Well, after a lot of deliberation while consuming a whole tub of chocolate ice cream in misery, I find that the POWERBEATS Pro by Beats by Dre, or is that Beats, or is that Apple, are a fine pair of workout earbuds, hampered unfortunately by a heavy retail price. So I give it a score of 80.3, a solid B-, and it gets this good score only based on its engineering merits. But as a consumer, my gut feeling says thumbs down to this, give it a pass, unless you can find a heavily discounted pair. That being said, guys, the POWERBEATS Pro is ideal for anyone looking for something comfortable, airy, dynamically well-rounded, or that can be used for light to moderate workout sessions or physical activities. These earbuds are also probably going to serve you really well if you're already entrenched in the Apple ecosystem, because as in this case, you have the advantage of immediate access to Siri. Now, on the other hand, the POWERBEATS Pro is not for you if you want noise cancellation while you work out, or if you have better common sense than spending $250, where there are other products like the Jaybird Vista or the Jabra 75T Actives that already exist with cheaper prices out there while offering roughly the same performance and feature set. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and I hope you come back next Friday for a new one. And if you like the stuff that I do and would like to see more content like this, you can make that happen by clicking the subscribe button down below and turning on the bell notification icon. Mash that button, guys, and get me to 5,000 subs, because we're so close. And also feel free to visit me in my Patreon page down below and buy me maybe a cup of tea or coffee or beer or something, because the fact is, all the videos that I make don't grow on trees. They all come out from my own pockets. So also remember to thumbs up if you like this video and comment down below. And thumbs down. Thumbs down to birds that poop on red and blue cars. If you're an owner of one of these cars with these colors, did you know study says you have a 14 to 18% higher chance of getting crapped on by birds on any given day? So I say to you birds who poop on red and blue cars, why can't you show interest in other color grades like yellow, black, or white or something? Don't be a color elitist, but instead poop on other colors. Give them another chance too, and stop crapping on my car. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I love y'all, and I hope to see you back next week. Remember to do something kind of nice for somebody, because the world needs it more than ever. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.